Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw a Fable from Fortnite. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, so this was a request. Somebody asked for a Fable costume. So I'm trying to do something a little different. I think I'm just going to make her jumping. You know, a little crazy, a little different, something we normally don't do. And I'm going to try to move fast on this because she has way too many details. So I have to get in as much as I can, as fast as I can, because they went crazy with this character. A lot of times, you know, they add what they add to you know, make the look of it unique. You know, I get it. You know, you're trying for something different. But this one, woo, man, they went crazy. So I've got to work fast to try to be able to draw all this detail. So, like, and some of it's silly. Like, her legs have straps. Don't know why. Just floating straps. And I get it. You know, it looks cool. But you know, it's kind of like, sometimes I think about this when you see comic book characters drawn with like pouches and things all over their legs and stuff like that. You know, yes, it looks really cool. But if you think about it in the real world, that's kind of why they change costumes in movies for superheroes, because it doesn't make sense. You know, it's kind of silly to have so much stuff like that. And what's even worse, never gets used. Never. Think about it. When was the last time you saw, let me try to think of someone, Batman. Did someone pull something out of their pouch that they keep on their belt or something? You know, like I said, it's purely a design element, and I get it. Looks cool. But, again, there's a lot. She's got a lot on her. So, let's see. One out like this, one out like that. But anyway, I'm not making fun of her. You know, I'm making fun of design. It's what we like. You know, it's what we like to see. So I've got to be able to get all this in here and work as fast as I can. All right, so let's see. This hand, we're going to just do out like this. Okay, and then this one, let's see, same thing, let's just stick it out. She's jumping through the air, you know, into open arms, welcoming you to Fortnite in all its Fortnititude. Okay, let's see. I think that might work. That'll get me there for the sketch at least. Let's see, for her hair. Sketch out the head real fast. Let's see, I'm gonna only draw, I guess, the braids kind of out a little bit. I'm trying to think artistic-wise, like how jumping would affect the hair, you know, because it wouldn't just be laying flat anymore. It's now going to be kind of floating up with the jump. Okay, and there's going to be the hood right there. All right, so that's not bad. That's not bad, and pretty fast. A lot faster than normal. So now let me just try to draw the face in this position. And this is a nice challenge in that it's a different angle than what we normally do. So it's good practice. Ooh, it got too dark. This is just a sketch. Okay, so there we go. I wanted to place the eyes looking at us. And let's see, so let me try to get that nose in there. I guess it's more of a down nose, right? Okay, so all right. Ooh, that eye, now that I'm looking at it, sometimes you got to kind of step back and or actually it's better to reverse your image. Like if you can go look in the mirror, you can see what's wrong with it. But because I'm taped down and I got to move fast to try to get you guys a drawing, I can also see what's wrong. Well, I can't see what's wrong. I can't just go and do that. So I kind of have to lean back and see if I'm in a good spot. And I noticed this eye was a little higher than I wanted it to be. And a little smaller too. So I'm going to see if I can compensate for that. So, okay, I think that'll work. I think I'm ready. This is just a quick sketch and I'm just going to build off of this. So I'm going to erase some of the sketch lines so we can work with just the confidence lines. But because it's a sketch, I have to be very careful because it's mostly sketch. Not a lot to erase. But again, I wanted to work this fast so I can get more detail in for this character. Okay. All right. Uh-oh, paper's coming up. Need to tape it down better. Okay, I say we welcome everybody that was skipping to the Sharpie portion. I appreciate anybody watching any portion, honestly. Just cleaning my eraser real fast. My kneaded eraser. It needed to be cleaned. Okay, so switch weapons. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's in there to find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I'm going to start off with that. I've sketched the entire thing out. And I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen to get the fine details of the face in and then build off of that. So I kind of have her at an angle and her head's angled like this, just slightly. So it's not a straight view like we normally do. It's kind of angled and over. So remember that with the way the face is. You know, maybe I should bring like a head to show you what I'm talking about. Like if this was the front, you know, and then here's the nose like that. That it's going to be over and angled like that, just a little bit, you know? So just think of it like that when we're getting going. So I'm going to draw the eyelids first and see if I've got them angled the way I want, according to the sketch. So I'm going to draw the top of the eyes like this, or the top of the eyelid like this. And yeah, I've got it where I want it, so I'm going to build off of this. So I'm going to have her looking at you. So I have the iris like this, one over here like that. And yeah, that's about a good way of looking at you. Because this is so small, I can only draw a few little dots for the pupils. So if you're using a pencil, you're welcome to draw the lines and all that. But because these bleed and I'm so small with this sketch, just to fit more on the paper, I'm limited with what I can add. So I'm going to do subtle stuff like not draw the bottom of the eye and just draw a little bit of like a cat eye makeup for the top right here. And just imply the bottom of the eye. So the iris, the color of it, I'm going to let that imply the bottom of the eye, and then color will kind of show the rest. But yeah, something like that. Now, she does have her hair kind of overlaying some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the edge of the hood and build off of that. So I know from my sketch, my hood is going like this. And again, I'm not just throwing this down. I know specifically where I want to start and stop because of the sketch. And that's why you sketch, to make sure you plan accordingly. And so her hair is going to be over her eyes, kind of something like this. And there we go. So that means I can draw a little bit of a brow over here because we can kind of see it still. Like that. That's about all I can do. This one, again, it's kind of covered up by the hair, so I can at least do that. So for the hair, I kind of want to do it with color, but I do want to add a few lines just to accent that it's hair. That's all I want to do though. I don't want to go any further. So for her nose, again, remember we're at an angle. So I'm going to draw this side. Normally I don't because I don't like to draw the whole nose or it looks odd. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw just a little bit of a line like this just to accent that it's there. Draw the nostril over here, come down and do that. And that's all I'm going to do. That is good enough for like a cartooning look. So that's what I'm going for right now. So for her smile, let's see, I want to angle myself over here a little bit better. I can't move my paper like we all normally do when I'm drawing, so I have to move myself. So I'm just going to go ahead and add her smile like that. And then I can try to add the top lip. Because she's smiling, it's stretched out more, so I can only do, oof, that didn't work. Like that. And then I'll add the bottom part like this. And that's all I'm going to be able to do at this angle. Ooh, it's starting to bleed. I got to get out of here. Got to get out of here. Woof. That didn't work out too well. That bled way too much. And see, that's kind of what I was talking about with the eyes. I have to be very careful because these Sharpies will bleed and I got to compensate for that. So we'll try to take care of some of that with color. So we're going to put her chin right about here. Come up here for the side of her face, her jawline, to her eye. Like that. And this side of the jaw is a little bit further because, like I said, remember she's at an angle, so this one's hidden, this one you can see more. So I'm going to draw that further out. Okay, and then I can come up into the hood because her face kind of disappears back there. And the ear you can't really see because the hood is in the way. So I think that's all we're going to do for the face and work with this Sharpie. I say we move on to the big Sharpie now because that was all the fine detail I wanted to do. The rest I can do with the big Sharpie. So let's draw the edge of her hood. Let's go ahead and finish this off and then bring it back around. And you're going to see how thick this is, what I was talking about, like versus the thickness of that Sharpie. So see how thick that is? Actually, now that looks kind of weird. So now I want to thicken up the inside of the hood. I don't want to do it with this one because it's going to go too far. But I do want to thicken it up just to try to match or get close to what was happening there. Okay. All right. And so that's kind of what I was talking about before with I know how thick that's going to be. And it's going to look weird if I don't try to match it. So there we go. And since we're here with this, let's go ahead and add just a little bit of flair like that. Boom. There's going to be color there, so we're not going to worry too much about that. But yeah, I just wanted to add that. So now we're going to draw her braids. Now braids, I have a technique called the zigzaggity technique. But because these are just so floating in the air with her jump, I'm just going to I'm going to wing it. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there and just kind of do something like this. Okay? And just go back and forth. Let's see. Ooh, I already lost myself. So just something like that. And plus this is so small that I don't have to worry about my zigzaggity technique. But I do have an awesome video that you might want to watch to show you how easy it is to draw braids with my patented How I Draw 100% awesome zigzaggity technique. Okay, I'm just accenting some of the hair pieces here. Just adding a little fine point so that this fine point can't quite find. So same thing, I'm going to draw this one over here, but this one's kind of up in the air. So I'll use this chain as an example. So if she was jumping, I kind of have it up like this. Not flat, up, because motion and momentum kind of have it floating in a different area. So same thing like this, I'm just going to wing it and just draw like this, showing that it's up. And then come back down. So see, it's at a weird different angle, and maybe it looks more bulgy than it does up and raised, but you know what? That's okay. I did what I did. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to add just some finder points, some hair points. You get the point. Connect anything that wasn't connected, and go from here. All right, so, oh, she does have a bow that's a little fine in the detail, so let me add that real fast. And something else I was talking about in the sketch is that she has too much detail. And so that's why I was trying to move really fast to be able to get in here and add as much detail as I can. This was requested, so I was trying to fulfill a request, but looking at it, I was saying how that they went too crazy with her with the detail. So there's a lot we had to try to compensate for and try to work with. So let's draw her neck, or the collar at least, like this and around. And you can't really see the back there because of the back is concealed by so much in there. We'll go ahead and close some of this off where the hood is. Okay, so now we can work on her shirt. And so this sleeve is ripped. We're just gonna kind of do something like this, just to kind of show where it is. And I'm gonna draw down to right here where her strap, backpack strap is, and where the straps across her waist are going to be. So again, I'm just giving myself some start-stop points, basically is what I'm doing. There's a buckle right here. Again, there's a lot of detail, so I'm trying to pick and choose what I can add so it doesn't take us 5 hours to draw this. So her arms are just out. I have this character kind of in a jumping pose with her arms out, kind of jumping into your arms, having some fun. And so let's draw this one out. Now she does have a armband of her sleeve on her. So I'm just kind of doing something like this. And I wanted to draw that first because I didn't want to draw through it with the arm. When I draw the arm, like this, I wanted to show that it's there and not accidentally draw over it. Okay, so I'm going to come down to the elbow here, finish off the bicep like that. And I'm more of a puller than pusher, so I'm going to start with where I'm going to stop with the wrist and come in like this. She does have a glove on, so we can do that. And I like to draw like little lines like that to show, you know, the bends, the muscles, the things like that. So this hand is just sticking out. I just have basically both hands are basically doing this. So all we're going to do is draw just a hand out. And I've already sketched it, so I can just pretty much just go up and down with drawing the fingers. So normally you don't really want to do this, but again, I've sketched it out, so I kind of know where it's going to end up going. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and just play around with some crease lines because it's a glove, and it's tied together on the back here. So since we're drawing the front or the inside, there's not a lot that we really need to do because it's just a glove. That's all it really is. So look, this finger came out a little stubbier. Oops. Oh well. So let's draw the other side over here too. So let's go ahead and draw. Let's go ahead and draw the edge here where her buckle's going to be, and that'll give us a place to start over here. Stop points are what really works for everything. So I'm going to draw the buckle here, or the strap here. I'm going to draw her breast up, and it's going to come in here like this. But again, she's got like that belt or the backpack strap. So I'm going to put that in there. And let me zoom in a little bit. She's got some kind of necklace on. Oh, I see what it is. That's pretty nice. She has a tooth necklace, which I assume is a wolf tooth necklace. Get it? She's like a Red Riding Hood that conquered conquered the wolf. You know, that's pretty good. That's a good detail. I like that. Okay, so now that we have our stop points over here, we can draw the shoulder. There's a ribbon over here, but we can't quite see it, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to draw the sleeve, which is poofed out to the elbow right there. Again, poof it out to the elbow, close it off, and it's flared out like this, like a extra little, like it's tied together and it's just poofed. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of detail like this, just to give it some life. And then draw the arm. Same thing, she's got a glove over here, which is, you can't really see much of the arm, so we're just going to do that, and then draw the glove. To the wrist. To the wrist. And just like we did there, I'm just going to follow my sketch. Draw the thumb in like this. Follow the fingers. I made it a little fat because it's a glove. Don't have to worry about the demure look of a nice feminine hand because it's a glove. It's just a big fatty fat glove. And again, play around just a few little creases, you know, because we know that the glove is used and worn and put through the test. And add a few stress lines like that, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do for the glove. Okay, so, woo! All right. Okay, so she's got her belt with the buckles going across her stomach. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the buckles like this. And that will let me draw the rest of it. So let's come to a point like this, but that's not the edge. So I got to draw that, and then there's another buckle over here. Sorry, I don't mean to sound frustrated. I just I should appreciate all the character and detail they put into it. I'm just looking at it as like, oh man, we got a lot of detail to put in here. Okay, all right, let's have fun. So I'm going to draw this bottom belt first, and the reason I wanted to do that is because there is a sack that is kind of over it like this, and tucked in underneath that belt. And so the reason I wanted to do that is because, let's draw the sack so you see what I'm talking about. So it's like a pouch, bag, something like that, that's underneath this belt, but over these belts. So that's why I wanted to do that first. So when I do those belts, I don't draw through it. So see, I was able to put that over that by planning and doing that first. All right, so now that I see this wolf tooth thing, this thing that I'm about to draw makes more sense to me. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is that, like that feathery thing hanging off of her, you know? I get it now. It's a wolf pelt. Old Fable, Fable Red Riding Hood conquered the wolf. So that's what this is. It's a wolf pelt. All right, so there you go. Just adding just a little bit of detail for like fur, I guess. And so now we're just gonna move on. So I'm gonna draw her dress kind of floating around, you know, kind of not really hanging there, just it's kind of ripped like that. And there's some detail and finesse in there, but we'll let color take care of that. We'll just add a few little things like that just to give it some fun. So now for her legs, again, she's got buckles and straps going across, so I'm going to draw her leg down just a little bit, and then I can draw the first belt buckle. And I'm just going to kind of do something like that just to raise it over the leg, and then I can draw the rest of the leg down. So let's go ahead and close that off. Let's do both sides so we don't forget about doing that. Draw the leg down a little bit, draw the buckle or the straps out and across, same thing, and then I can draw the leg. There are like straps, like the edge of the belt hanging off like that look kind of like spikes, but it's the belt, trust me. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I was going to keep moving, but let's go ahead and draw the details of it. So you just got to draw 3 across, but we got to make sure we draw 3 buckles. Something like this. And I'm going with the smaller Sharpie just because this one is so small. And let's add a nice accent. That if we do it with this Sharpie, it accents the thickness, or complements the thickness, basically. So, same thing, we gotta draw 3 belts, or 3 buckles. And I like to do them separate like this, so they do look a little different. And instead of just drawing 3 lines like that, or 2 lines on the side, it kind of gives it its own piece, you know, so it's a little different. All right, so now, again, 3 lines going across. There we go. All right, and she does have like her leg is a cloth. The top of it's right there, but I'm going to do that with color. We're not worried about that. So let's go ahead and draw her leg down to the next level of strappy things. All right, so I'm going to draw her leg. Basically, it's anatomy. Her leg down to her knee, to her calf. Same thing over here, down to her knee, to the calf, which is going across. And then it's like this. I don't know if that's supposed to be, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that's supposed to be the knee pad, or I don't think so. It looks lower, or it's just some kind of unique design, because it doesn't look like a knee pad and it doesn't look like a strap like the other ones. So here, we'll go ahead and add a kneecap and define that it's not a kneecap. That's our kneecap. All right, so let's finish up her other leg over here. Let's do just like we did there. We come down to the knee, bend it, come in, draw that edge. Other side of the leg in like this, back there behind itself. And since the knee is capped, all we can really do is something like that. And let's do this like we did there, just a little bumpity bump thing going across. There's a little stumps going in the back. And again, just drawing something like that, just to accent it. All right, so now we're just drawing boots. She does have a cool little detail in the front, but I'll do that with color. So boots down with a big buckle. So leg down to the ankle. Down to the ankle like that. And this one's more pointed at you. That one's off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the buckle now, because it's super big. Like this, just because I wanted to draw it over the shoe. Like this. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally draw through it. Like that. Okay? So I'm going to give her a little bit of a toe. She does have like a unique red sole to her shoe. So I just wanted to add that detail like that. Alright, so let's just do this one too. Going to come down here to her ankle. Add a little bit of bumps from where the creases are. Because your shoe has wear and tear, or not wear and tear, but has strain on that ankle right there, so that's why I wanted to add that. This buckle, all you can see is that much of it, because see how that's on the side? That's this side right there too, but we're looking at it from a different angle. So I can draw the toe, I can come down here for the heel, down draw the bottom of the shoe, and I'm going to do, let's see, we're going to draw the sole like I was talking about, just accent it like this. And then I'm going to draw a heel. I don't know why she's got heels. It's not good for fighting, but that's what they gave her. All right, so let me just add a little bit of stress here and we'll be done. So like that, just to show, again, at the ankles, you do have stress on your material. So that's why I want to add stuff like that. So I say we take care of the rest with color. I'm very happy with that. I hope yours came out awesome too. That is Fable from Fortnite. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.